Hey, what's going on, Blue Frog Nation? Thomas here. Wanted to share a little something this morning with all of our owners, all of our leaders, all of our managers inside the network. I want to talk to you today about something that will change your business, and it'll impact leadership and management at a really high level and make all of us better managers and better leaders inside of our organization. I want to talk to you about ADD. Now, we've all heard of ADD in a different context, but I want to talk to you about ADD in the context of automation, delegation, and destruction. Here's the reality. I'm not a big believer in time management because you really can't manage time. You can't get more and you can't get it back. But what you can do is you can prioritize your time. You can have more productive time. And some of the ways that we can do that, we'll just start right at the top, is automation. Here's the thing. Automation never calls in sick. Automation never takes a vacation. So the more of your systems and processes that are automated, the better. I'll give you a great example. Are you doing training right now in your shop, whether it's technical training, so training on the technical aspects of diagnosing and repairing plumbing problems? Are you doing training with your CSPs on answering the phone, booking calls, overcoming obstacles, explaining the elite membership? Are you doing training with your plumbers on restore, right? If you are, automate the training. Listen, there's nothing more frustrating as a leader than to have to answer the same question 3 times to the same person. Why not? Let's just say it's a diagnosis problem. They're struggling to diagnose a specific issue. Why not record the process? So as you're training this person, record it. Audio and video record the process of diagnosing that problem. Create a Dropbox folder for your professional plumbers that has a service folder and a sales folder. A Service Titan folder, right? So you can automate your Service Titan training, you can automate your technical training, and you can automate your sales training simply by recording the sessions. If you're doing something on Service Titan, you're trying to show someone how to do it, record that on your screen, save it to Dropbox. That way, anybody else that ever needs to see that video, whether it's Service Titan, whether it's a plumbing issue, whether it's a restore issue, or possibly your CSP overcoming a specific objection like, why can't you give me a price over the phone? If it's automated, they can hit play and listen to a short video, likely 3 to 5 minutes, that helps them with that particular issue. Automate your training, record it, put it in Dropbox, have it broken down, sales, operations, admin, right? That way people know where to go immediately if they need help with something. Automate your training. The other thing that you can do is you can automate truck stock. You know, once you get a really good feel for those things that you use on a regular basis on the truck, and even those one-offs, people like to talk about the one-offs, so I'll address the one-offs really quickly. Of those one-offs, quote unquote, that you have, how many of those do you move in a month, right? Because there might be a particular quote unquote one-off that you need to have stocked on your truck because you're moving 4 or 5 or 6 of them a month, right? So you can automate the training by coming up with a consistent truck stock that you know works on your trucks in your market. Then what you can do, and this is just where, you know, our vendors and technology can come into play, you can create bin systems in your shop that have a barcode. We can get a barcode scanner. We can scan that barcode and scan a part out or scan a part in onto the truck, right? So there's lots of ways to automate those types of things. Your onboarding process. If you went through a new hire and all of the, you know, signing the paperwork, getting them on board, getting them acclimated to the office, to the operations, to sales, and to marketing for Blue Frog Plumbing and Drain, you could automate that training as well. Your onboarding training. Automate that process so that someone could go into Dropbox and it say onboarding, click onboarding and have step 1, introductions to the team. Step 2, spending time with the CSP in the office, understanding our business and calls coming in and how they're booked and how they're dispatched. Step 3, right? And so you could just take that onboarding process and automate it. Here's the key. Think about what we've talked about so far, training across the board, across our company. Onboarding processes, our inventory, Service Titan training. If we automated as much of this as we could, imagine how much time that then frees up for you, the owner, the leader, the manager, to do high productivity, high ROI activities. As an example, being out in the field with your plumbers, getting to see firsthand what they're doing really, really well or what they're struggling with. I call it shadowing, right? Shadowing your plumbers. That is a high ROI, high productivity hour, let's just call it, or 2 hours. It's a high productivity activity, right, for you to get out there in the field versus sitting behind a desk or creating training PowerPoints or building new training or training someone on the same topic you've trained them on now for probably the 3rd or 4th or 5th time. If it were just automated, imagine how much time that would free up for you to do highly productive, high ROI activities. Delegation. So Michael Hyatt, who is a pretty famous name, amazing blogger, amazing businessman, talks about the 5 levels of delegation. Listen, stop trying to be the superhero in your business. Develop superheroes in your business. And this is one way that you can do it. Obviously, training, right? Leadership and management training, developing your people, turning them into superheroes. Oh, by the way, you could automate that too. And then we're delegation. So let's talk level 1 delegation. Let's say there's something that you need done. Level 1 delegation is, hey, listen, Thomas, I need you to do exactly this for me. Thank you, by the way, for taking care of that. That's level 1 delegation. Here's exactly what I need done. Just go get that taken care of for me. All right. Level 2 delegation. And again, we're having to develop people from level 1 to level 2. On level 2, I'm going to ask them to do some research. Do some research on the topic and report back to me. If I like your idea, it's possible we'll just move forward with that. If I feel like it needs to be improved, maybe we go in my direction, right? But in that level 2, you're asking them to do some research, report back what they found, not just go do it. I want it to get done, but I want you to do some research and report back. Start developing that level 2 delegation to level 3 delegation. And level 3 delegation, we're at a whole nother level. Now I want you to research the topic, but now I want you to make recommendations. At level 3, I'd like you to make some recommendations and tell me, based on those recommendations, which one do you think would be the best option? That's level 3. And you know what? If I agree with it at level 3 and I really feel like the option you chose is the right option, let's do it. But if I feel like there's questions or concerns, we can talk through some of the options and come up with a conclusion together. Now all of a sudden we're creating this relationship where it's not me, the leader, do it because I said so. It's me leading by example by getting my team involved and letting them have a voice, letting them have a say. Level 4 is just take care of it. At the end of the day, I want you to take care of it. I want you to let me know what you did and let me know what the outcome is. That's level 4. Man, we're getting to a pretty high level of trust at this point because we're saying, hey, just take care of it. Let me know what you did. Let me know what the outcome is. Level 5 delegation. Just take care of it. Just make sure I'm not surprised by the outcome, right? You trust them so much that you give them the project and you just let them take care of it. You're not worried about it at all because you know it's in a level 5 delegator's hands, right? So I think about, a position that I was in just previous to coming here. I probably started out at level 2. I probably didn't start at level 1. I probably started out somewhere between level 2 and level 3 because the person that I worked for, we've known each other for about 15 years. So he knew he could trust me at a level 2, level 3 starting point. Very quickly, within a couple of months, I was at level 3, level 4. Just take care of it, especially when it came to the sales side of the business and coaching the coaches, training the trainers. Just take care of it. So it wasn't long before level 4, level 5 hit, and I was just running that side of the business for that person. But it's all about trust. Here's the other thing. as you look around, if you don't see any level 2, level 3 delegation potential, don't look at them. Look at you. What are you doing to develop your team so that you can create level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5 delegation in your company? And man, if you think about what happens to you as a leader and to your ability to cast vision and make that vision come into a reality, if you are automating and if you are delegating, imagine how much time you have for high ROI, productive activity, right? So automate, delegate, destroy. Bottom line is this. We all have things that we do in a day that are time wasters, time robbers, and they need to be destroyed. For me, it's email. For some reason, I have this wire, my brain is wired that when I get an email, man, I need to respond. Well, in reality, if it were really an emergency and they needed an immediate response, would they email me or call me? They'd probably call me if it were that important. So for me, what I have found is that I have just created this extreme amount of time that now I can be more productive, do things like this, because I'm not online worrying about the 5 emails that might be sitting there. It's freeing up my time because I'm destroying that mindset that I've got to check emails every 2 seconds and respond immediately, right? Well, that's freeing up some of that wasted time to become more productive, a higher ROI output with my time, because I can do high ROI activities like this. Right, for you. Making you a better leader is a high ROI activity because it helps you grow your company, helps us grow our brand. So there's going to be some things you need to destroy, whatever that might be for you. For my wife, it's Candy Crush. I mean, it's just ridiculous how much time that amazing woman spends playing that stupid game, right? You can't even win. You just keep going to the next level. Why would you play something you can't win? That's kind of a waste of time in my mind, right? So maybe that's something that needs to be destroyed is Candy Crush. Probably not for you, but hey, I was just throwing out there just in case. You know what your things are. I want to say one last thing about destruction. There's going to be some things you might want to destroy that you can't. As an example, you need to get out in the field with your plumbers. You need to get out there, especially the one that's doing well. Why is he doing well? What is he doing that you can share with the rest of the team? Or better yet, have him or her share with the rest of the team what they're doing in a training session. Oh, and automate it, right? Automate that training, because that'll be a session people can come back to, right? When you got a plumber that's struggling now, you can come back to what that person's doing that's working and producing the right results. So you can't destroy shadowing. You've got to get out there. You cannot destroy weekly training. If you don't train them, they just might stay. So you've got to have weekly training. You cannot destroy listening to phone calls to find out why our book rate is lower than it needs to be. You're paying for those calls. You're just not getting the productivity and ROI from those calls because they're not getting booked. Are you listening to the calls? You cannot destroy that. You cannot destroy holding people accountable. You cannot destroy building a bench and recruiting proactively. These are things you have to do. You cannot destroy casting vision. If there's no vision, where are you going and how do they know? So there are certain things you absolutely cannot destroy. Here's the reality though. The things you do that need to be destroyed free up more time, allowing you to use that time for more productivity, more of those high ROI activities. So automate, delegate, destroy. I hope this helps someone today. I hope it maybe brings you into focus on one of these areas minimum, maybe 2, maybe 3. I don't know, but hopefully it helps. Here's what I know. If you apply it to your business, I will guarantee it will help you to be a more effective leader and help your team overall to be more productive. See you soon.